The dry season has begun in Trinidad and Tobago, and Meteorological Service is forecasting that it will likely have a wetter and warmer season ahead with above average rainfall, but we will still see some of those more localized heavy downpours. Also, we'll see some cold nights as we go through January into February. We'll also see some hot spells likely from April till May. But that's what the weather will do. But what will it actually have an impact on your livelihood? Well, if you are a farmer, you'll look for more pests and diseases as you will have wetter conditions around. There's also going to be the higher risk of flooding, especially for farmlands as well as for street and flash flooding. And as well, we'll likely see fewer bushfires around because of the wetter nature of the vegetation, especially across the hillsides. But unfortunately, with all of this rainfall expected, we'll likely see more mosquitoes with a faster breeding rate, which means we'll likely see a higher risk of dengue as well. But there's one good news in that the rivers will continue to flow at least for a bit longer than they usually do with the added rainfall as we go through the next few months. But as you can see here, it is still the dry season. We'll still see mostly settled weather for the most part. There's occasional pockets of showers pushing through as we go overnight into the first part of your morning. But overall, we won't be seeing any sort of significant rainfall, maybe two showers or two coming through possibly by midweek. But for tonight, it again will be mostly clear, and you look for a generally sunny start to your morning with just a few brisk showers are coming through, especially along those eastern areas of Tobago, and you will also notice the breeze pushing through, so you could be seeing the palms swaying from time to time. For Trinidad, tonight, mostly clear, just those brief showers again across eastern areas of the country. You'll notice a lot of sunshine the first thing, but if you are in Toco, Sandy Grande, out towards Beach, you will still see a few showers first thing in the morning, maybe during the latter half of the afternoon. And for those of you in the central and southern areas of Trinidad, a similar picture here, generally sunny, and a few brisk showers are pushing through with that breeze as well, particularly noticeable along the Mayaro stretch. You will notice the flags rippling from time to time. So tonight, looking at a low of 22 degrees Celsius for Piarco, 23 degrees Celsius at Crown Point, and a high tomorrow of 31 degrees Celsius at Piarco. But it may just touch at 32 around Caroni, but it looks like 31 for most of Trinidad and Tobago. Now through Wednesday and Thursday, we've been talking about additional cloudiness and therefore some showers. Some longer spells of showers are expected, especially on Thursday, and then we'll return to the drier weather on Friday. A lot more sunshine is expected here for both islands to end of the working week, but it won't have an impact on the temperatures, still keeping daytime highs at 31 degrees Celsius and nighttime lows at 22 degrees Celsius. Now, for fisherfolk and mariners, the hazardous seas alert remains in effect until Wednesday, so definitely look out for those dangerous currents as well as those large waves along northern and eastern shorelines of Trinidad and Tobago. Waves up to 3 meters are expected and have been observed in many areas offshore, and we're still looking at those fresh northeasterly winds of 20 knots, so some whitecaps, sea spray, but also we will have the new moon coming into effect, which means we'll have spring tides as we get towards late Tuesday going into Wednesday. So watch out that we could be seeing those hazardous seas being agitated even further by the higher than normal high tides, especially along the shoreline. So be mindful about that if you are heading out. But obviously for bathers, it's best that you stay on shore. Now for the Eastern Caribbean, we've been seeing again most of that breezy weather, but up towards the Greater Antilles for Bahamas as well as into Cuba, we still have a frontal system here, still set to bring some showers. Some of those showers could be on the heavy and thundery side, especially towards the Yucatan Peninsula, but for elsewhere across the region, we are expecting a mostly settled day tomorrow. So that's your weather, and that's from me.